All right. Supervised learning. So somehow when you come up with the name like this or any term in computer science or any field, you just basically don't panic and just look at the word supervised learning. Learning is part of learning. We people all do learning since we born until now. Everything is learning. So supervised mean someone show you what to learn by example, by that means supervised. If I said unsupervised learning, that means I'm learning myself from just go and learn without proper advice, proper schedule, proper this, just you go learn yourself and looks what happened. Supervised learning means I'm learning, someone show me something, guide me. So that's supervised learning basically. All right. So supervised learning basically is mandatory. Mandatory mean is the important element. Without supervised learning, this domain what you see on your screen like artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, the red color is deep learning. Deep learning is what we learn. Neural network, propagation, all those things is deep learning. And big data, okay? If you know what does it mean supervised learning, so you know big data. Because supervised learning in big data is macam jantung. Tak ada supervised learning, tak hidup big data. As well as data mining and data science. So this big data and data mining, data science is the same term, but this come later. You mining the data. You got a lot of data, you mining it. What does he want to tell you about this data? Okay, data science is the nature of data. Okay, anything about the data, you do it. Whatever is the art of data, the science of data. Okay, so supervised learning is very important on this domain basically. All right, and okay, next, I think this is straightforward. Supervised learning is very important in all this part. It's like a heart. Without supervised learning, this couldn't happen. Okay, it couldn't work, couldn't function. All right. So okay, I want now this slide basically I want to show you the term supervised learning and neural network. There is two terms here, okay? And you know the neural network. The neural network is, this picture is one example of the neural network. You got layer, input, and all those things. So when you see this, it is a network of the neuron, a group of the neuron. We put it in layer and so on. So this is called neural network. When you got big one, then the learning is very deep. Okay, so that's why you call it very deep. The learning is very deep, very deep. It analyzes very deep. And another term is supervised learning, which we're gonna learn today. So these two, if you combine, is very powerful today. This supervised learning term that we are going to learn today and the neural network, these two team, these two fella, two things, two term, two technology, if you tag them together, it can do a lot of things, like what human do, okay? It can do a thinking, observation, and so on. Okay, let's see what this supervised learning and neural network can do when they are tag team, when they are both together, what they can do, basically. All right, basically, they can do a lot of things, okay? I think you couldn't believe it, okay? These are some of the most that I can just put there, basically more than this. So these both I can do playing game, writing, recognize object, talking, drawing, reading. When I said reading, mean what? the computer be able to have a camera. The camera understand what's written on the PDF, PNG, or in Microsoft Word. He can understand what does it mean of the sentence like us. Recognize face. Basically, when you have supervised learning and neural network combined together, we'll be able to recognize face. Again, when the camera see your face, you know who are you. Okay, and drawing, and basically all those things. So these are the things that supervised learning and neural network can perform when they combine together to do the writing. So we can do writing. Even we can write better than us. You cannot imitate your friend writing. So these both, when you combine, he can imitate your writing. Maybe 10% of writing. Talking, I think it is the obvious example. Not just talking, it make a conversation to us and understand when we talk about each other. We can talk to this, basically all of this, if you combine together, it can be a robot, intelligent robot. Yes, machine that can playing game, it can writing, drawing, reading, recognize face, talking, recognize object, just like us. So it is robotic, intelligent robotic that has brain. Okay. Now, let's look. I'm gonna quick like this. Okay. When you see this picture, can you recognize the object? What is this? Some of you don't know. Some of you maybe say just tu kumbang tu, you know, bug, something bug, but I don't know what its name. Some people who dealing with bugs just know by glance. So it is bugs. I don't know what kind of bug it is. But computer with supervised learning and neural network can easily detect in split second. This is bug and name is this and the species is this, found in Brazil, blah 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 blah, and so on. Okay. And this one, not just bug, many things they can recognize all those pictures. And basically, they get a 40 million images now with 1,000 label machine can detect. Okay, 14 million images. And out from there, the machine now can identify 1,000 object. Okay, 1,000 object mean I'm as human, I'm be able to recognize how many object. A lot. I know TV, I know car, I know bicycle, I know house, I know mountain, I know water, I know. When I see things, I know. But computer also done like that. Today they got an experiment that 40 million image of 1,000 object. Okay, and this one EEG noise identifier. You know, when you look at this, you know what is this represent? The artifact, this one, the signal. So this, I think, is about the existence of sweat, berpeluh. I think I don't know, you don't know. If you're looking at this thing, it is basically a sweat artifact, sweat. And it is a noise, you know. When you're recording something, noise is happened there. And how do you know it is a noise? By the supervised learning and the neural network, when you put this picture, photo, you know this is a sweat noise. This is a noise and it is a sweat. It is a normal, it is abnormal. That's a bit more forward, you know, advanced. You get that. When they both together, they can know. Okay, and this is the, you know, YOLO, real-time object detection on cell phone. You can just find things and identify. In this case, supervised learning and neural network be able to identify which is a dog, which is a backpack, and out of this picture, they're so big, you know. He can just go around and find, oh, there is something here, an object, and he can circle the object nicely, and then it can say it is a dog. That's nice, you know. That's the powerful of supervised learning and neural network. It happened today. Last time, not really, because the other algorithm is too slow. Not too slow, not capable of doing a fasting. So in this case, the neural network and supervised learning is much better, much better. So that's simply like the example. It's nice. This is real time. Okay. It is a real time. Okay? That real time means you don't have to wait. It just appear in split second. And when you put any picture, it's appear in split second. So it's good for many things, you know. It's good. It's good for many things. This one. And what we call it YOLO. If you found any name YOLO, oh, that is supervised learning and neural network. Don't forget to tell your friend. There's a neural network, you know, brain work. They apply it on it. All right, playing game. So this is the game called what? Go game. Go game. Just like a chess, but it's more complicated than chess. Okay, the search is more huge and the complexity is more because you want to surrounded this whiteboard with black. If you can surround it, you can put any place of this button. Then black is another one, white is another enemy. We can play together, and the purpose is just you want to kepung, you know, kepung. So you can place anywhere. If chess, you just can go. Kalau horse, you can just go L. King, you just move one step. But this one is more bit complicated and more probability of moving. So it's more challenging than chess. This is Go game. We call it Go game. Then it beat, you know, it beat the world champion in 2016. So this name is Lee Sedol. He's a world champion for about six-time world champion in Go game. But the AlphaGo, the software, just easily beat him for one. Okay. So deep learning and neural network are playing better than you. And recently, the AlphaGo can play any game. The software. You play for the first time, the software will easily beat by you. The second time, you can beat the software. Third time, you can still beat the software. Third is a bit more difficult. The fourth is a bit more difficult to beat the computer. The fifth times you play with software, you give headache a bit to beat it. Takes a bit longer. Then after the 10th times you play with software, you never beat it anymore. Okay, because the software keep learning, supervised learning. They keep learning from the zero. It learn what you play until it master it. Then after the 10th or 20th time you play with software, you never beat it again. Okay. Now the game is between software versus software. Okay. All right. So okay, black and white. So supervised learning and the neural network, okay, can transform this black and white into color. Okay, so these are some of the work. Okay, some black, and I think you can see in Facebook Piramli story. They all normally do to be a white color. That's very nice effort, you know. I'm still looking for who doing that, you know, because he can put a nice color to Piramli movie. It's if you do it manually, it's kind of effort, you know, kind of effort. Very time consuming and need passion in coloring the black and white color. So describing object, basically, when you given this picture, So we'll be able to say there is a girl there. You can say like that. She is riding a horse, and so on. That sentence come out from the software, not from us. Software understand what does the picture tell you. And in this case, the same thing. When you put this picture, the software be able to say the girl is riding a horse at the park because it's in the park. She's wearing a blue shirt and jean and so on, blah, blah, blah. So he can make a story of the photo, the software. So it's very nice, something like this, okay? If we can detect the object, it is a tablet, it is a bottle of water, then he can make a sentence. So then he can eat cup of coffee. This is food. This is orange. This is iPad. You can just detect the object, and at the end of the day, if you combine this, you can make a sentence. So this will be able to make a sentence. There is a banana slides fruit on the plate, something like that. Okay, you can combine and make a sentence. So that's becoming what, Phil? NLP, okay, language processing, natural language. Okay, this is the definition. This is the handwriting just now I said. Okay, so be able. So supervised learning is the way how the neural network can do this kind sort of thing. So you just can imitate this handwriting. So basically, what has happened? You write down something word in Microsoft Word, use this software, then he gonna change the word into your handwriting or your other friend handwriting of a blue signature. So imitating the signature is easiest way now. You just give him writing, then he can imitate very well. And so these are for different writing of different person. He can just do and okay. Restoring pixel. Seeing at this, can you predict what face it is? Okay. Okay. Can you know whose face? But basically, neural network and supervised learning will be easily identified. This is the input. This is the input. Okay. This is the input. This is the ground truth. Ground truth means the real person. The real person. Then we scrap it. We give it to the computer that let him decide. So this is what the computer has decided. Okay. All right. So this is the input. This is the right answer, and this is what the computer answer. Pretty good, isn't it? When you compare to the real answer, almost a bit okay, but this is almost the same. This as well. All right. So he predict this one. It's quite difficult, you know. Even we human couldn't predict who is this, you know. But I think this of course they have experimenting all those things and all those things. Probably the input and not general enough to represent the real world. Probably they are constrained with some, but something work is there, you know. You can predict something. And this is the work. This is more interesting. So this is drawing from Starry Night, Vincent van Gogh. I think you're familiar with this artist from Netherlands, I think. He's a famous artist, you know. He's good in painting. His art is famous, excellent, known by everybody in Europe. So can you imitate? Okay. Can you apply the concept of this writing and change this into kind of this concept? You know, I got picture like this. I want to transform this seni, nak cari idea. I want to transform this with this concept, Van Gogh concept. So basically, there you see, okay. So this is my picture. This is Van Gogh. When I apply this to this picture, the output is like this. So this is the output. You know what I mean? So this is my picture. I have this picture. This picture I want to transform into something yang ada art, seni. Okay. So basically, I got no idea at all, you know, because most people bila dia ada seni dia boleh buat. Bila yang tak ada seni tu memang dia kaku tangan. Okay, you give everything, even drawing pun very weird. So when you apply to this Van Gogh, you can produce like this. At least something, you know, like a Van Gogh. And the building there, tower still there. And then the building is still there. Okay. And this one, this is somebody drawing. One of this drawing is, what his name is, I can't remember, the famous one. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 famous artists in the world. And this, when you apply to this, it become like this. This gonna change like this. And this, if you apply this one, you're gonna have like this. And this, if you apply this one, you gonna, siapa kat sini School of Art ada tak? Tak ada Okay. So use this if you School of Art. Okay. And so these are new face, you know. New face mean these face are not existed yet in the world. Can you believe it? This face is not yet exist. Is not yet exist in the world. This is totally a new face of human. You couldn't find a face like this. Probably similar, but inventing a new human face. What I want to tell you is the supervised learning and neural network can do this. Okay. When it can do this, mean that basically it's propagation, all those things, what you learn, basically the concept is applied there. So then many more. Self-driving car, okay, this is more familiar. Robotics, when you combine all, can draw, can describe a picture, can recognize the object, can writing, imitate your writing. Basically is intelligent robot. Okay, if you combine all together. Okay, but basically if you combine all together, it become robotic, you know. Can write a grant. So the grant name is robotic. You call it anything robotic. Then in your mind, you want to combine all those things into one software. So you put camera on in front of that, and then you got neural network and supervised learning as an algorithm. Then you can do all those things, recognize objects and all those things. Okay. So it can be done just by having supervised learning and neural network. Rostering sound in video. Sound is not bad. Fix it. Voice generation. Generate a voice, a new voice translation. Put any word to translate any language do you want. So this is more interesting. Analyze real-time analysis and behavior. So by having your video, you can know you are trying to stealing something. You know, you are acting weird and you are something. So good for surveillance. So this is also the best one. Reenacting politician. Nowadays, if you heard somebody, well-known people saying something on video, you cannot go, you cannot just 100%, oh, that trust this sort of video, you know, because people in Europe, in United States, as making a good imitation of Barack Obama. When you seeing the video, exactly Barack Obama gonna say something like real, but actually that video basically has been regenerated like a video. That's event never happened, but these people are able to have that kind of thing. So nowadays, if you look from people in video, you cannot believe 100%. You must rejecting, and until I got the proof of these are the real people saying it, not the software of saying it. Okay.